Hello, hello, ladies, and welcome to the Insaka Talk Show. In the studio with me are the lovely ladies. We'll start with Miss Winnie, actually in New Jersey. What's going on, lady?
New Jersey is fine. Everything is good. Last week the kids were not feeling well. This week we are doing okay. But you know what we forgot to mention last week? I'm sure she's gonna say something. Priska is on a mental break. She just wanna be quiet and just like take it to herself. Sometimes it's good to just bring it on together so when you come out you're able to point to others. So Priska, kudos to you. Enjoy this time. We need you next week. That's it. But everything so far is good.
All right, Miss Irene.
Oh, hello everyone. Yeah, talking about mental break, I took one and it was very, very liberating. It's
Mm,
something that everybody should take because I think it puts you in tune with yourself, self-love. You know what I mean? You all need that, and I took it, and I'm so happy I did that. But everything is fine. I had a good time and an amazing time in Zambia. The only problem is I found 0 degrees here. I was so mad.
Welcome back.
yeah.
Yeah, so diving into the program because we have an amazing show today. Let's talk about the icebreaker. Um, I found, I don't know about you guys. Um,
Mm,
it's gonna be Valentine's next in a few days from now,
mhm, mhm.
and I found out that red is not the only color for Valentine's. Apparently, it's red, pink, and white. And it
Ooh.
just that we are in red, pink, and white. We cheated a little bit because we found out before we came on the show. But yeah, it's red, pink, and white. So you guys, I mean, a lot of people don't feel like they have to wear red all the time when they're
Mm.
going to a date on Valentine's. Now you know you can do pink, you can do red, you can do white, or you can combine the three and just become a lollipop.
So in that regard, then which one is your favorite of the three red colors of love?
Well, for me, it
Mm,
white. I love white if it's a shirt. I love
mm-hmm,
white shirts, like men's shirts. I love white
mm,
shirts. And then for um, the red, I'm more into like I'll do a red gym shoe. I want it to be pop. I
mm,
want it to pop, but the rest of my attire can be black or whatever, but just the red gym shoes. I don't like red shoes. I like red gym shoes. And then for pink, for pink, it's just a symbol of my,
Fashionista.
yeah.
mm,
Pink is a symbol of my journey, as you all know. So I
mm-hmm.
just that's all.
What
What
about you,
about you?
Irene? Oh, sorry, Winnie. Mhm.
You're
I
loving
think
me
for
today,
me,
huh?
huh?
I'm
I
telling
feel
Nelly, I
on
said
white.
you're
I think
loving me
white is,
today.
yeah, I think white is nice, it's refreshing, and it's just beautiful when you wear white. Especially some of us who are very dark skinned, when we wear white, we look very clean, just like you can see me. White and gold just goes.
Yeah, it looks very good on you.
I'm not done yet, Nelly. Watch. So I'll tell you guys a little story. So we have see my lipstick, it's gorgeous. You know who gave me this lipstick? It's Nelly. So when we met Nelly, she came with all of us. She came with lipstick, and I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. So but Priska, Marisa Shishita, not knowing I took her lipstick. So I've been having two lipstick. All of these guys, their lipstick are done, but me, Nelly.
You still have them.
So I thought about red and white. I think it just goes in well.
Thanks for the confession of the lipstick.
Yeah, but because she tells me, because either way, however I'm gonna say it's by accident, she says no, it's not by accident. So I just say,
Yes.
what is she? I love you, Priska.
Yeah, I think for me, of the three colors, my favorite is red.
Mm.
I feel like it makes the color of my skin pop. So yeah, I would go with red before I go with, and then pink before I go with white. I feel like when you're a bit on the chunky side, like white just makes everything show more.
Yes.
If black was here, I'd say I love black.
Yeah.
I love color, but for this purpose, I'll go with red.
Mhm.
Yeah, let us know in the comments, guys, which one is your favorite Valentine color? Is it red? Is it pink? Is it white? And why?
And
Oh,
why? Yes.
Why do you like the color? Hmm.
yeah. So moving on to community news. As you all know, we are in February. February is Black History Month, right? So every February we remember the history of Black Americans, African Americans in the United States. So if you don't know much about it, take time to do some research, read some books, watch some movies, and just get involved with your church, your community, so you can support this movement as we remember. Um, yeah.
And another community news, I think we talked about it last week, is the Komboka Gala that's going to be on April 13, 2024 in Dallas, Texas. For those that have never been to Dallas, you're missing. Dallas is the place to go. You see,
Mm.
Komboka
Look what
team,
she's doing. She's like,
Oh
yes.
yeah.
yes, the ones that came up with this
We are party
idea,
people.
the committee for the Komboka Gala, they didn't go wrong by picking Dallas. I've been to Dallas a few times and I really love it. But this is not about any of us that have been there. This is about support. You know, it's a Zambian group that's on the western part of from the western part of Zambia that is trying to embrace their tradition, which is called Kumboka, and they have beautiful clothing that they call
Mhm.
musisi. And I don't know the man's is called something else. My apologies, I didn't sign up for that, but it's beautiful. So support them in numbers. And guess what, guys? When I was coming from Zambia, one suitcase was full of Mississis. This one, my sister is bringing Mississi. My mom is, then the next thing, because those things are heavy. The whole
Yeah.
suitcase was full of
Yeah,
Mississi.
they're very heavy.
I didn't
Yeah.
mind doing it because I know some of them are not able to actually go and get them. Yeah, so let's support in numbers.
Nice. All right, so it's March again. It's women empowerment. So much as you know, it's women empowerment. It's about women. And Williamson that has come up with a high tea party last year was amazing. We hope all of you guys to come. So every donation that you're gonna make, if you're not gonna be able to come, it goes to Williamson Foundation Youth. So we help the youth to go to school through the community work. You guys, we cannot do this without you. So thank you guys for the Insaka to give us this platform. But
Mhm.
please try to make it. And the Insaka ladies gonna be at the high tea party. I can't wait to see how much hats we're gonna have. A glove. That was my favorite part. The glove.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward.
All right, awesome. So today we are diving into our topic. We are talking about horrible lovers. As you know, we've had a horrible series. Last week we talked about horrible parents and children, and today, just in time for Valentine's Day, we are tackling the horrible lovers. You know yourselves.
You know
So Irene, can you give us some examples of, or at least an example of what a horrible lover is?
Ooh, there are so many examples, but
Mm,
I'm going to take one that is very eye-catching. When
mm.
you have a lover that's very cheap, always wants to be given and not give back, that's horrible. Giving doesn't
Mm.
mean you have to give a big gift. No, sometimes it's just the thought behind it. Stop it.
Okay, so what if they expect gifts because they also give? Maybe, but they just don't give like really, maybe they bought you like something from a family Dollar Tree.
No, but yeah, I totally understand. You can buy a small gift, but I don't expect you to be buying me
Mm,
cheap gifts every year. You know,
mm,
this year you might not be able financially to buy me a very
mm,
expensive gift. the thought behind it, like, oh, it's Valentine's, let me get my girl something. It's okay, it's understood. Because I'm your girl, I actually understand your financial situation. But I'm not going to get chocolates that you buy from Walgreens. They're $9.99. Buy one, get one free. Give me one this year and then the other one for next year. No, you're not doing that.
That is something else. That is something else.
But
So,
Irene, those people, what do you say? So those people sometimes, right? You have to teach them when you're giving. Sometimes when you tell them, if I'm gonna give you this 50-50, what are you giving me back? Maybe that way they won't give you $5.99 or $9.99.
There are some men who are not teachable.
yeah.
you can drag them to school where they learn these things. They'll come out exactly the way they were, maybe even worse. So it's entirely up to you to accept him for who he is.
Yeah, but then you won't be getting gifts. Then so you can't cry.
Maybe they might change on their own, but no, you can't. I don't know. It's very hard sometimes.
It's true. They say you can teach by action. So, for example, if he gives you, $9.99 chocolates from Walgreens this year, and you know that he's financially capable, he has a good job, because we have to take that into consideration, right?
Yes.
If he earns a decent salary and he's able to get you more than a $9.99 box of chocolate, then I think you need to either speak up. I know it's an awkward conversation, honestly, because you don't want to come off like a materialistic person, So it's kind of a very sensitive thing. So for me, the way I would do it is I would teach you, right? Like, I will get you something that I think is befitting of you based on my income, right?
Yeah.
Based on my income, without breaking the bank. I'll get you something that I think is befitting of you. Now, the following year, if you're going to give me another box of chocolate, I see.
Even on that same chocolate, Nelly, just to elaborate on that, if you give me a box of chocolate, and that's chocolate that I really love, you and me know I love that chocolate, I'm not going to buy it because you gave me something that I'll truly appreciate. Disclaimer, I don't even eat sweet things. Why are you going to buy me I don't have a sweet tooth. Naturally, I don't have a sweet tooth. So which means you don't understand me as your lover. Because if you understand me, that you understand what I love and like, you definitely buy me something that if I buy this for Irene, she'll really appreciate. It doesn't matter how little it is. Chocolate.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think like us women, we are very they never takes. We, like I said, for us women, we are very easy to take care of. We are not too complicated. So it's very hard when you find these horrible lovers who just they take you out and then they said, oh, we're going out. And then you get there, you're like, oh, can you pay 50%? I'm like, hell no. Do not take me out.
Well,
I think I jumped the gun. I'm so sorry.
You jumped the gun, Winnie, but it's okay. So basically, I think if we retract a little bit, we're talking about guys that, first of all, don't give, they want to take gifts. They want to receive gifts, but don't give. I think it's a good segue to talk about those that never take you out, right?
Yes.
They never take you out.
They never take you out. They stay at home. And then when you go out, they say, I don't have money. But they can go hang out with their friends. Or they can buy good clothes for themselves. But when it's time to go out, we can just stay home and Netflix and chill. No, I don't want to Netflix and chill. Sometimes
Winnie, what about the ones that say, I love your cooking? I really love your cooking, babe. They're even saying nice words. Babe, I love your cooking. Especially if you do that village chicken. Oh my God. You can just make that and then we'll find a Netflix movie like you said we watch. No, don't listen to him. He's being a cheapskate.
It's horrible.
Doesn't want to take you out. There is nothing wrong with taking your spouse out once a year, which is a Valentine's or on her birthday. At least those
it shouldn't even be once a year. For
Yeah.
goodness
I'm
sake.
just saying those are significant days.
Mm.
Valentine's and birthday. At least these two, you cannot say you cannot go.
I'll say something, Irene. For me,
Mm.
Valentine is just overrated. Like, I know it's
Of course.
beautiful. I love going out, but I don't want to go out on Valentine's. It's just so corny because it's like, okay, fine, but it's beautiful and planned, and then you just say, "Oh, babe, I'm outside. Let's get ready." Like that makes me excited, but not planning. So, what are we gonna do? An actual Valentine's Day. It's a Wednesday.
You
We're gonna
know
go.
something
It's,
funny?
it's also Ash Wednesday on this Valentine's Day.
That's
No
the thing.
way. Oh,
So yeah, you
so
all need to go to
everybody
church
that's
and
going
get some
out on
ashes on your
Valentine's.
forehead.
Oh
Mhm.
my God! Everybody that's going out on Valentine's.
They're gonna
Be,
be having ashes on their
be
forehead.
mindful. Don't do the nasties. It's a holiday.
No,
Don't do the
it's a
nasties.
God's Day.
But you know what? The funny thing I wanted to tell you, this is true. I've never been on a Valentine's date with a man.
Oh,
I've always gone on Valentine dates with my son.
oh, that's nice. You told me last
I'm
time.
not sure. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if I was in a relationship with somebody and then there was a Valentine's and we didn't go. I don't know what happened, but I've never been. But with my son, yes, I've been all the Valentines I've been with him. So I don't know how it feels to go and somebody pays and I don't pay. I don't know what would happen.
Okay, that's a good one. That's interesting, actually. Like,
Yeah.
who's your Valentine, right? I've seen
Yeah.
people go with their parents or go with their
Mhm.
children, but so we've talked about the ones that don't take you out. What about the ones that say, "Okay, let's go out, babe," and you dress up and you get your hair done, and you know how much money we put into hair and nails and all of that, and you smell good, and you sit there, you eat, it's a great conversation, and at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, okay, he pays his 50% and you pay your 50.
Well, if it's a first date, somebody I don't know, I would let him do that and he will never see me
I'm
again.
not paying nothing.
No, he will never, because I don't know him, so I don't know how he gets mad. So I'll just walk away and yeah. But if it's somebody I know, Nalanda but Muntu and my people, my person, we go and he says 50-50. He's gonna wash dishes because I'm just gonna get my purse and walk.
Yeah, it's very sad. And then they tell you, "Oh, I remember I only had one beer, and then I had chicken wings,
Oh my God!
and then and I had chicken wings, and then I think you had wine, and you had filet mignon." As like, "Oh, your bill was about maybe $65, and mine is only 20." I was
Okay, you guys, what about if you pay? If you pay, you are like that kind of a person. You say, you know what? Let me just pay, and then you never see him again and block him.
Irene, I am not paying for nothing as long as you say that. This is what we say horrible lovers, because those people are that horrible. When you're taking a woman out, at least spend time. Like Nelly says, it takes us a while to get out. We buy wigs or earrings. If you count the money that we have on, it's just not 50 cents. We pay more money on our body before we go out. So the best you can do, just take care of me. Don't be horrible telling me 50-50.
And before you go, he's even telling you that, Winnie, why are you not wearing the other earrings that I like? Did you buy them? And then you get there at 50-50.
Like I don't mind. It doesn't have to be expensive restaurant, but you know what? To be a good lover, just pay attention, more detail to a woman that you're with.
Yeah. And this goes out to the men out there if you're watching this, right? And
let's
say it's a first date, okay? Let's say you're running across this conversation and you're thinking about a first date and you're trying to take a lady out. Choose a restaurant that you know that you can afford.
Yes.
Okay, do your research and just say, hey, let's go to this place. Or even if you are longtime lovers, you've been together a long time, whether you're a couple or you've been dating a long time, and your lady says, hey, let's go out this weekend, or whatever. Make sure that you look at your pocket and say, okay, babe, at this point you should be open enough to say,
yeah,
can afford to go to Cheddar's today, right? I cannot really afford for us to go to Cheesecake Factory or whatever. Let's do Cheddar's,
Mm-hmm.
or Applebee's or whatever.
Applebee's is 2 for 5, two for two, and 20 for two.
Be
Winnie, you're not
open.
helping the situation.
Be open about your finances, right? Which brings me into, don't overburden your partner financially. And this goes
Yes.
for both men and women. I just want to make clear that horrible lovers are both. It's not just
Yeah.
men here. There are
And
women who are horrible lovers,
yeah.
So do not overburden your partner financially.
And
You
it's
know
okay. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you know that. Hey, Tyrone told you, hey, babe, I paid my rent with the check that I just got, the next check,
Mhm.
and then in between the checks, he just paid his rent, and he doesn't really have a whole lot of money. You want to go ahead and eat at a steakhouse, where it's like $100 a person before drinks,
No.
Yeah,
and you like to have 5 margaritas by the end of the night. Come on, come on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think stuff like that.
And
That's when you see a horrible lover on a woman's side.
Yeah.
You be taking advantage because if you just paid rent or you paid your mortgage or even the phone bill, and you
Mhm.
know for sure because Valentine's coming up, and he did all the chores that he's supposed to do like the week before, like this weekend on the
Mhm.
11th, and
Mhm.
then the Valentine's is on Wednesday, and you know like he doesn't have money, and then you go out because you want to show. Now this is when it comes to internet, because you're a horrible girlfriend, because you want to show people where you went for Valentine's because you're doing
Yeah,
content creator.
yeah,
Mhm.
You want to take it. Oh, I booked the restaurant. We're gonna go to, like you said, Nali. You're gonna go to some nice restaurant, and you go there. You only have 160 in the bag, but you just for you to sit down, the bill is $300. But you're
Mm.
doing that to impress other people and show that, oh, we went to this restaurant because you're doing it for others. Don't be horrible girlfriend, because I see women nowadays, it's all about what I'm putting out there for people to see. You don't have to be like you are horrible. You are burdening your friend with finances. If you're a team, stop showing what he gets for you. He's your man. But you are
yeah.
being horrible.
Hey, I'll stop you right there. Why can't we show what he got? Eh? If he got me a nice something, I need to show. What's wrong? Some
Uh-uh.
people like
Some of you, you're
like.
showing and then you don't even have money. Nelly. They are showing and they don't even have money, but because they've put up the persona. So
Mhm.
every time, if it's Valentine's, they need to put up a content that, oh, this is what I'm getting. This is what I get. You ain't getting no shit. You're gonna take it back.
But do you
There's a
know,
tag
Winnie?
there.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, Winnie, like Nelly said earlier, that's the reason why it's very important for you guys to talk about your finances before
Mhm.
you actually go to these places.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
you can say, babe, let's Google about 10 steak places that are
Mm.
really nice. And you know, some good steak houses have a bigger steak that you can share. You
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
to eat the whole thing. You can do like appetizers and the one entree, and you'll
Like
be okay.
those
Huh?
like those $500 steaks y'all had
Yeah,
in
I was
the
about to say, look at me. I'm looking at her like this. I'm like, really, you bought us, you made us buy a $500 steak. Irina, I still have a receipt.
Once in a lifetime, girl, you can do that. It's okay. But that wasn't content
Damn.
creating. But my point here is that when you do go with your spouse, you talk about it, where you want to go and eat. You can actually pick a very fancy restaurant since you want to be a content creator. When you go there, you share the meal. Your fans who are watching you, they're not going to see that you split the meal, but you're
No,
killing
you're
two
just
birds
being a horrible
with
lover.
one
You're
stone.
you're you're
No?
burdening your friend with the finances because
No, I'm
you want to.
saying if you agree at home that you're
if
going
you
to go to,
Oh,
agree
if you
is what
agree, okay, perfect.
you say, okay, we're going to go to Ruth and Chris. We're going to have a steak. You know that the steak comes a little big. And us women are like very birdie eaters.
We
Why
try.
order the first thing? So share and then you still create the content.
That's true.
absolutely. The other part of like financially overburdening to me that comes to mind is you have those men that are like, hey babe, can you borrow me
Yeah.
like two
Hey,
hundred dollars? I'll give you real quick, and you never see
And they remind you that after all, you make more money than I do.
it.
After I pay
I'm
the
not
bills.
talking about how much money I make.
And
After
they
I put
never
gas in
ever
the
pay
car.
you back.
Yeah.
Horrible. Horrible. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Mhm.
You know,
She's like,
this this goes on both ways, good and bad, and I'll tell you why.
Mhm.
Emotionally manipulative, in the sense, if it goes on the good side, is
Mhm.
when a spouse, either a woman or man, knows your weakness, okay,
mm,
and uses language that's gonna
Mhm.
make you feel good about yourself,
Yeah.
like affirmations that are not true, like I truly love you. When I saw you the first time, there's something he wants from you, but he's saying all these good things. So, like when there are some women and men who are thirsty for validation. So when they
Mhm.
hear those things, they feel good. They feel like the guy or the woman is saying the right things to them because they truly love them, without knowing that they're actually doing that. Maybe she wants to go out tomorrow and she's
Mhm.
saying all these things so that tomorrow she says, say, babe, my friends are doing this. I want to go. It's very wrong to do that because you're using the weakness of your spouse
Mhm.
what you want.
can
Or
I go in
partner.
on that one?
Mhm.
Emotionally manipulative.
It,
Those ones. I'm not even gonna. There is no example, but maybe you find some example in it.
mhm.
They'll come like your family. They'll come and they'll be like, oh, you know what? Today, baby, I'm gonna be home. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna do that. And then you're like, oh, today is a good day. Man, he's staying home. And then 5 o'clock, oh, I gotta go. I gotta run.
That's the
Yeah.
one that I'm telling you.
Those are the ones. And then you're like, but you were just here. Oh, you said you're gonna spend the whole day in the house. Oh no, I gotta run.
Mhm.
I got a meeting. I'm like,
Or he gets a
and then when
sudden
they
call.
come back, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna call. I'll be back. I'll be my way. The time they're gonna come back, you'll be sleeping. And then tomorrow
Mhm.
morning, they get up in the morning, make you tea, and they make you breakfast, and then maybe take care of the baby, and then
Mhm.
everything is good. And then it's 4 p.m. Oh my gosh, you know what? I gotta run 2 minutes. I'll go back. But that's the cycle. And I'm not saying this from somewhere. I know somebody went through that, and that person is me. So those they will just emotionally manipulate you, and then you just keep on going on, and life becomes a cycle. So watch out for the horrible ones like that,
Mhm.
because because they know you're settled. You this is what you want. This is your family. So they will use those emotions because like Irene said, they know your weak point. They know you want them to be home. They know you want them to help you. So they will use
Mhm.
that. I'm like, today I'm gonna be home, clean, cook, wash the car, do everything, even take a nap during the day. You're like, oh my God, today we're just gonna be home. Oh, I'm gonna run. The breath.
And
Let,
some of them
let
go
me
through
show you.
your family and friends. You know that?
Yes.
Go ahead. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
Yeah, I just want to share, like, in case you're not really quite sure what emotional manipulation is, these are some of
Hmm.
the signs. If somebody's gaslighting you,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
using passive aggressive behavior or
Yeah.
lying or blaming you for stuff, or turning things around, like you try to point out something that they're not doing, then they
Yeah.
turn around and blame you for it,
Mm.
you know. Yeah, okay, like for example, like Winnie, you said he's home the whole day. Come evening, you think he's gonna stay home and spend time with the family. Phew, he's gone. And then when you try to complain about it, he's like, "Well, because you nag or
It's
whatever."
your fault. It's
It's
your
like
fault I went out because you were nagging.
turns around you, or make threats against you, or they withdraw emotion, or leave you in isolation.
Mhm.
Yep.
Or even the silent treatment is
Oh
another
yeah. See, I
sign
do
of
not like
emotion.
the silent treatment.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that.
Look at you.
I think
I'm
a
just
lot of that.
saying.
A lot of us have that in us because I think it's easier for us to go mute
To shut
because
down.
because you're tired of talking about the same thing over and over. So you're like, you know what,
Mhm.
I'm done. And then
Yeah.
you go yes and no. Yeah. You're hungry? No.
we can't really like end this before we talk about some of the ugly things that happen in relationships, physical abuse, you
Yeah.
know, like if you're in a relationship, whether it's a marriage, it's a boyfriend girlfriend relation, whatever it is, relationship that you're in, this right here is never okay.
No.
Never.
You need to run. Physical abuse is never okay.
I was in a physical abusive relationship myself, so I know how that is. It's very
Mm,
torturing. It's
mm,
very belittling, and then it makes you feel like you're the one who's doing something wrong.
Mm.
mm,
Then it goes on, and it's easy for people to say, "Why didn't you leave? You stayed
mm,
for 7 years. Why didn't you leave?" People who are abusive, they buy everybody around you.
Of course.
mm,
Everybody around you, they're like super duper nice to everybody. And then when you do go to your friend Nelly, I think I'm leaving this guy. Nelly has a positive relationship with this guy that you're with. First thing she's going to say, "Are you crazy? You mean
mm.
that guy? He's a good guy. He's this
Yeah.
and that. You don't know what I'm going through." So most of the people that have left an abusive relationship, they leave when they don't tell anyone.
No.
Hmm.
When they are ready, they just nuke
Out.
themselves out of it. And then people are like, "What? When? How?"
Mm.
Because you didn't listen to me all this time when I was talking, you thought I was joking. Yeah, so physically abusive relationships, they come close to home.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Irene. And you know what? We thank God for your courage to be able to get away from that and make a whole new life of yourself, you know,
Amen.
and to be a beacon of light for other women out there that
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
are that are going through this. Some people don't come out alive. Actually, so many people
Yeah.
come out in a black bag, So
And unfortunately, the
mhm,
next topic, which is sexually abusive, is
mm,
close to my life as well. It's something I went through myself. So I went
mm,
through both abuse,
Mm.
sexually and physical. So I'm very knowledgeable about when somebody comes to me with such kind of language, and I see them through their colors. You
Mm.
know, because they start being nice and then slowly they turn into this monster that you ask
mm,
yourself, like, who is this person that
mm.
can harm me for no reason? So yeah, I walked both journeys. So I'm a survivor. I'm
You
proud
are.
of myself
We're
because I
proud of
used to
you.
cry. I used to cry, but now I laugh about it because I think I look at my strength and the light that I saw at the end of the tunnel
The
every
tunnel.
Mhm,
time. And I say, you
mhm.
know what, if I can do it, somebody else who's listening to this conversation can do
Will.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. You did it. You did it for so many. For so
I-
many. You did it for so many. And thank you, Irene.
No
mhm.
problem.
And you know what? I wanted to call out that let me just put this up here. Like no does not mean convince me or maybe or whatever. It's just no.
Just
Mm-hmm.
no.
It's just no means no. And
Absolutely.
even if it's a wife that you have paid
Yep.
lobola, dowry, did a whole shenanigan 9 mile wedding, whatever it is, if she says no and you force your way, that is sexual abuse. In case
Yeah.
you don't know, stop it. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You know,
Not like, oh, because you're Wakashima and this, stop it.
no, there are so many women out there who are suffering in silence in
Yeah.
marriages because they're being forced. You have to make sure she's your wife. Talk to her.
Yeah.
Make sure she's
Yeah.
ready.
And sometimes you just wait. It's okay. Sometimes we like we're women, we go through our own things. Just give her time.
And
It's gonna
sexual,
figure it out.
sexual abuse does not necessarily mean forcefully forcing yourself on somebody. It could be the person, you find the person is definitely laying down because they are tired and they're sleeping. and then you try and do things to them and they're not responding back. That's another way of saying no, but because they know if they say the actual word no, you might punch them. So
Physical.
they let you just do what you have to do until you're done. How do you feel after you do all that? How does it make you feel as a man? No? So we always think they have to forcefully go on you. No, sometimes it's non-verbal.
That's true.
Yeah, nonverbal. There you go. Yeah, which brings us to this last but important point when we talk about the signs, right? The signs or the examples. You know, those people that will use abusive language, you know, belittle you, as tell you you never amount to anything, you know, or put down your ambitions, you know.
Or you're nothing without me.
Yeah.
Nothing without me.
I know some of them, they say, you're nothing without me. You cannot go anywhere with children. Nobody's going to like you. Nobody's going to want to be with you. Nobody wants to be with a woman with children. And you can go nowhere. This is it for you. You are lucky.
Have you seen yourself lately in the mirror?
You are lucky that you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky that you got me. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm lucky that I got you. So like those are very horrible people who says that because they know that language is gonna go into your brain and it hurts. It hurts sometimes, but just stay strong and just get out. If you can get out, get out. Don't let anybody do that to you, talk to you in such a way.
True that.
So true. You know, we like to leave you with inspiration and hope, right? We don't want to just leave you with a whole bunch of problems. So so, you know, the book of the week this week is The 5 Languages of Love by Gary Chapman. You know, this book will help you to understand what kind of relationship you're in. You will help you understand yourself and how you want to be loved. Take some time and read this book. But not only that, to summarize the book, really, the book focuses on 5 parts of what love is. Okay. There's a funny part to it. Watch this. If you're a foodie and you want to understand what the 5 languages of love is as applied to tacos. So words of affirmation may sound something like, your tacos are delicious. And acts of service may look like, I made you some tacos, baby. And receiving gifts can come across as, here's a taco. And quality time, spending quality time can mean something like, let's go out for tacos together.
Yep.
And the last one, being physical touch, is let me hold you like a taco.
That's my favorite.
That's cute.
That's my favorite. Anyway, you guys, this book is on Amazon and it's like $9. I think $8.89 plus tax. So you're paying less than $12. You're gonna learn so much, and this is not just for people that are in a relationship. It's even for people that are not in a relationship. So you know things that relates to love before you get into love.
Yeah. I did. That was a first book that I got because I remember, I think I told you I stayed away for like 5 years. I'd never dated. So when I was like into dating, so when we met, we talked about the books. We read the books together. We talked about it. And it's funny, for a long time, I didn't know what I really wanted. But with that 5 years of putting into myself, just pouring into myself, I know who I am and I know what I wanted. So sometimes when we do this, like, oh, the 5 love language, and then we laugh about it. It's like, yeah, okay, I forgot the 5 love language. And it's beautiful to see sometimes it's not about money. It's about just coming in. It's like, babe, you know what? I passed through your favorite restaurant. I love,
Mm,
I love goat curry and roti. And
mm,
just a little piece of that, it just like
Yeah.
from nowhere, just like I got something. I'm like, oh, what? And then just like, guess I went to favorite restaurant, and it's like, it's so sweet because I love to eat out, but sometimes I don't have to go out all the time. But bring it
mm.
home. And I'll be like, my Paulo will be coming to me. Can I have some? Like, no, mom, it's for me. So now he knows every time he bring my food, he bring Aisha because he knows I'm not sharing now with him, not with my food. So, like Nelly says, we'll have to leave you with this book. It's good
Mm.
to understand who you are, whether man or woman,
Mm-hmm.
before you put
So
yourself into a horrible lava.
thank you. So on that note, we are going to close with this. I'm going to start with Irene. Irene, what is your love language as you understand it?
I think morning pep talks, babe. What do
Mm,
you want to drink?
You're too
Especially,
romantic.
I
you
know.
know what?
Okay, okay.
No, morning. No, listen, this is why people like me read the book, like the five love language, because I'm prepping myself, so I'll be a guru by the time I get into it. Anyway, pep talks.
No.
I feel like pep talks are very important in a relationship.
Mm,
Nicknames are very important in a relationship because
mm,
you know when your guy calls you babe, that means he's in a good mood.
mhm.
Calls your nickname, that means you are in trouble. Things like that. So you have to know your spouse and know that I love the language of babe. I don't know why, but it sits well with me.
Mm. What about you, Winnie?
I love, before you go there, I love the language of my love. And then
Mm,
it's long as it is, we talked about it, why. And then it's either my love or Musonda is my last name because it's like it comes with respect to your father. So when he calls me Winnie, I know something is up. So,
You're in
Winnie,
trouble.
I'm like, yeah, what did I do now? Because that doesn't come out. And we said from the beginning, like you read the book, you set up your standards. So
Yeah.
mm,
my five love language is communication.
mm,
Because when you communicate, you have good communication with me, you get the all good part of winning. Because I just realized I'm a very simple woman. I don't want much, but just put me in, let's talk, let's have a conversation about everything and anything.
mm.
Yeah.
What about you, Nelly? What's your love language?
Yeah, I think for me, it's a cross between the acts of service and receiving gifts in the form of travel. Like I love to travel. If I don't travel and go somewhere in 2 or 3 months, I feel like my body starts itching. Like like I'm having a withdrawal symptom or something. I love to travel. So yeah, that's important to me.
And that's one thing I've seen about you. I think I love that you and your husband, our brother Tony, husband, we love you. Like he loves you. Like he's like it's a man. Like it's some men are very like, where you going? Where you going by yourself?
Mhm.
I guys, I'm booking a flight. I'm gonna go to the hotel. Who's coming? She doesn't say who's coming with me. Whether you're coming or not, guys, I got myself
I'm out.
ready. And your husband just lets you, and then you pick up all our friends and your friends, and you go. It's really amazing to have that kind of man who just like lets you be who you are. And of course,
Yeah.
there are so many things, but we love husband. Thank you, Tony.
I want to
But
travel
Tony,
sometime.
yeah.
I used to travel when I was in my 40s. I traveled a lot to Europe and stuff. And then I got bored. I
Mm,
think I didn't get bored. I started getting into knowing my son more because he was getting older. So,
mm.
but now I want to travel again. I'm just going to be a traveler.
Go for
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let us know in the comment what your love language is and try to communicate that with your lover so you don't end up being a horrible lover out there or end up with a horrible lover. This has been the Insaka Talk Show. Thank you so much. Have a blessed Sunday.
Happy Valentine.